Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Let's make sure we have sound. There it is. Yay! I don't know. I always fret about that since I had somebody tell me at one point that they couldn't hear when I was doing my live. So I had played with the microphone after that and got some settings changed and it worked better, but I still always am afraid that I might mess something up. So, hope everyone's doing well. Nope, that's not what we want. We want... Boy, look at that. I skip a week and I already can't remember what I'm doing. Yeah, that's the one. Oh. How's that? Yay! I know I wasn't here that Friday after Thanksgiving. Feeling much better now, but I feel like it's been forever since I did a YouTube video. I did get my Facebook Hello Monday video in there, and so yeah, we're back at it, stamping and making cards. So for today, I kind of thought it's already December, and we have been doing Christmas cards on the 25th of each month. So hopefully if you've worked along with me, and that was on my Facebook channel. So hopefully if you've been working along with me, you have some cards all ready to go. But if you're like me, I have my stack of cards that I'm sending out to friends and family already started, but it never fails. I get a Christmas card from somebody that I didn't send one to. I don't know how I do it because I have my Christmas card list and addresses and everything all in a spreadsheet, and every year I check them off, but I always end up getting one. It's like, oh, I don't think I sent them one. So today I thought I would share some ideas for making a card real quick, especially because I have a ton of scraps, just with cardstock and your scrap paper. So there are no measurements. We're going to use our normal size card base of half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that's been cut in half, and we'll have a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card base. I'm going to use the Happy Holidays probably for our greetings because I just like all the sayings that it has on it, and I like the fonts. I have my heat embossing material right beside me so that if we decide to heat emboss any of those, we're ready to go with that. And I have my coordinating inks. I'm just going to use some traditional reds and greens. And that works great with scraps. If you're using products like I have, Stampin' Up products, and that's what I'm using today, are all my Stampin' Up inks. Be careful with your reds. Stampin' Up has Cherry Cobbler, Mary Merlot, Real Red, Poppy Parade, and they're all beautiful reds, but they don't always go together. Well, they don't play nice together sometimes. So if you're using scraps of pattern paper, kind of check your reds out with your cardstock and your ink and make sure that they're not going to clash a little bit. Same with greens. I have some, and I really can't remember what color my ribbon was, if this was Old Olive or Pear Pizzazz. But my paper today is Pear Pizzazz. And Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive are so close in color that you can get away with using one color ribbon and the other color paper. But some of them just don't play nice together. So, just like kids. So let's get started. If I remember how to get down to my desktop. Here we are. And can I get rid of me? That one. Woohoo! Jeez. It's not supposed to be that hard, huh? See? When you get out of practice doing something. So this is actually my December shopping code. If you need supplies and you're going to order, if you enter my shopping code on your order, then I will know that you shopped through my online store. And so this month, with a $50 purchase, I'm giving a thank you of the new Heart and Home doilies that will be coming out in January. They're not even available to customers yet. And with a $100 order, I am sending out a thank you of blender pens. And I do have my November sales thank yous ready to send. I know this is already December 3rd, so I like to get those out right at the beginning of the month, but I'm a little behind this month. Okay, so I'm going to set my stamp set aside for right now because I don't know what I'm gonna stamp. And this is excuse me, this is a bunch of my scrap stuff that made me want to use this up. So I thought using scraps is a great idea. Sometimes, though, when I was layering my stuff together, I thought it would be really nice if I had a bit of a background to it. So if you have some background dies, like this one I just cut out of came from Birthday Jubilee. And when I pulled that one out, I was like, oh, those kind of look almost like snowflakes. So I just cut a little background, and I thought I'll use a piece of that. I also had, this one is old. This is the stitched lace die. And this was a coordinating die that came with a little lace stamp set. So I did one of those. So we have that for a background. So check your dies that create nice backgrounds. This is from this year's Merriest Moments. We had a little workshop on that. This is a great set, but we can layer that up. This was these are leftover bits from That's the Tag kit, where you can make Christmas tags, and there are some leftover Christmas trees. So I'm not going to throw them away, so I might be able to adapt them in a card. And I have some extra stitched rectangles that I had cut out. I don't know if you guys do this or not. You know, when I cut extras, I set them aside, and then all of a sudden I have this big pile of stuff. I'm getting ready for a women's group on Monday to make Christmas cards, and one of their cards is a wreath. So I've been downstairs. I'm using my Contraband Big Shot today for die cutting because my Stampin' Cut and Emboss is downstairs since I'm cutting out all the elements for those ladies. Well, I have all these gold circles from the inside of the wreath that I've been cutting for them, so I'm not going to throw them away. I'll think of something. I have a piece of the stitched greenery background that I had embossed into silver. And this was a leftover piece from a card, but it's too big to throw it away. And I think that would actually be, those are gold. That'll be a pretty background for something. Don't know what yet. I have some gold circles that are the inside circles that I had cut out for another project. So I have those pieces. So all these little bits are just waiting to be added to a card. I have some of the leftover flocked vellum. This was from one of the Christmas cards that we were making this year at the card workshops. If anybody still needs to make Christmas cards, you can get in touch with me. And I was using this paper. Now for my women's group, I have way too many women and I didn't have enough of this for them, so I had to hurry up and make other arrangements for that. But I have bits left over. I'm not going to throw these away because they're pretty. You know, look at it. It has flocked holly leaves on it. It's great in a Christmas card somewhere. And I had, I think this was the diamonds. This is just an embossing folder. And I embossed it on red foil paper. Boy, I can't remember the name of the embossing folder. And that was always one that, Dainty Diamonds, I believe. I always like that one. Oh, here's that lace one. I cut the background. This one looks almost a little Valentine, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Some little bits of scrap paper there. Some ornaments left from last year, I think. This was from the Baubles. I forget the name of that one. Little pieces of die cut that I had used. My template for tags that I was making for my gifts. So yeah, lots of little extra bits and pieces, right? Let's use them. So the first thing I did was I picked out some of the paper that I liked and matched up my reds. So this one, this is an oldie. This, I don't even know the name of it. Nope, Heartwarming Hugs is coming up. This one stuck. Designer, Be of Good Cheer. And I don't know why a lot of this retro paper I really was just looking forward to using today. And I actually have a friend who likes, I guess now it's called mid-century modern style, I guess. I don't know, but I still call it retro. So anyways, I kind of like those together. And I think this is Cherry Cobbler and Garden Green, I think. And then, why do I have an extra card base there? So anyways, I went through and I layered up some papers. I don't usually use white as a card base, but because this design was a little bit busy, I thought maybe I'll put that together and it might look better layered on just a white card base. And because it is a little busier, again, I layered this on white, and I thought some of that green ribbon wrapped around there would be nice. I just have to decide how I want to add greeting on there. Oh, maybe one of those little Christmas trees. Come here, little tree. Oh, look at that. The greens don't really match, but we'll see. And then, let's see. This one, I had some frames left over, so I just cut some Scrap Designer Series paper to put on that. And actually, that's more coppery, and this is gold. I thought maybe I would use that on there, but I'm not so sure that I like that because it's too shiny on there. And then out of that same package of paper, there was some paper in there with roses on it that there's some paper that has more roses, and I didn't really think that it looked Christmassy, but this one has some pine cones and some pine branches, so that made it look a little bit more festive. So anyways, I stacked my papers together, just took, my bits of leftovers, and I'll tell you, I even saved these little pieces that I had because that might look nice glued on my inside. So let's get started and just play and put a card together, shall we? We'll start with this rose one, and this was this one is called Christmas Time is Here. This was another older set. So, I apologize for these papers, but like I said, I'm using up scraps. And so, if I add this on here, and then where all those little bits were, that's actually the inside of this panel that I had left over. Can't really see the flowers under there, can you? Excuse me. We are still getting over all of our sickness here. Me, I should say. Hubby did not get sick, but he never does. I don't know how he manages that. Looking for my glue. So remember when we're using foil paper, that your adhesive, if you get glue on the metallic paper, it's more than likely going to leave a mark. You're going to be able to see it. So let me see, get that lined up. I really don't want to cover that whole rose up because then, you know, what was the point, right? Right. So let's just get this on here first. And I am going to use liquid glue on that because it is the metallic paper, and just like when we emboss, I'm not really adhering paper to paper, so I want something a little stronger. I'm going to trim that top off just a hair because it's hanging over there and I'm not really happy with that. If I can find my little mini chopper, I put it. I guess I'm going to have to use my big paper trimmer. I usually keep my little chopper one right here. Oh, all right. That's fine. That's fine. We have lots to use. Oh, so, what's everybody working on? Are you, do you make your own Christmas cards, or do you just buy boxed cards? I send about between 60 and 70 cards every year. So I do like to get them out about the second week in December. So I'm trying to get them done. I really want my chopper because that trimmer, when I trim the foil, it's leaving a little bit of an edge. That doesn't make me happy. Oh, I know you're here because I used you. But I guess it's going to stay in hiding. Oh, there it is. Squeaky, but I like the way it cuts the foil better. Yay! Much better. Put you back here where you belong, and then I'll know where to find you. The problem is that I always lay it on top of my embossing powder, so if we go to emboss, I'm going to have to move it again. Okay, so what are we going to put on there? When I say that is, that's more of a coppery brassy. It's not really gold. So do I have bits left over? Oh, let's see. We do. We actually have. Let's say I only use a portion of this. We can use our Stitch So Sweetly dies. We'll need a piece of white to put our greeting on. So maybe I'll just size this down a little bit. Get my white. cherry cobbler. And let me see, where are you? Happy holidays. I think I like the Happy Christmas. Is that going to fit in one of them? It will. We'll be able to size that down. Yeah, all right. There's a plan. Oh, you know what I did too? I took my my Simply Chamois, my cleaning chamois, over to this. Oh, I didn't get my ending letters there very well, did I? That's terrible. Terrible stamping. Terrible, terrible. Anyways, I took my chamois over to clean them and re-wet them, and I forgot to bring them back. Better. Let's see. I think I have cleaning sponge here. I don't like to not wipe it off, especially when I'm using red. Just add a little water to this. I need a couple cards for next week. Like I said, I thought this would be a great time to use some of these. I want to get the girl who does my hair and the one who does my petties. I have appointments with both of them next week, so I want to have their cards ready to go. Don't want to spill water all over. Okay, let's close that so I don't stick my hand in it. And let's cut that out. Put it on a metallic background and stick it on a card. There's an old friend. Remember him? Mr. Big Shot. Still works. Oh, but you know what? This die's not going to fit. Darn it. Oh, I have to use the big one. I don't want the big one. Let's do stitched rectangles. They're sized a little bit different than the Stitch So Sweetlies, which I like the scallops on them better, but oh wait, what do we have in here? Do the contour dies? No, they're too short also. So where are my rectangles? Oh, please don't tell me I have them out for the ladies. I might. Do I seem unorganized today? I told you this is what happens when you don't do this for a week or so. Well, I think this one fits from our snow time dies. I think I've used this before. Just fits. Yes. A piece of washi so it doesn't scoot around and end up, oh, where is the end to the washi tape? Really? There it is. Yeah, I have my regular girl who does my petties. I've had manicures a couple of times, but they don't really last with me. Between always having my hands in ink, and I found I I've been looking for a new coffee table. And I know in my mind what I want. So, of course, you know, that's horrible because then you can never find it. Well, while I was looking at a little antique shop, I happened to find one that I did like, but of course, and I'm certainly not against upcycling materials because I do that all the time. As a matter of fact, I had one of those old sewing machine tables that I think you've probably seen at every garage sale you go to. And the one that I had was it was very dark wood. Nobody was ever going to use it. It had been sitting in my son's garage and then in our basement and back and forth. And I finally took all the pieces out and I did paint that one. And I actually have used it as a little corner table, and I'm happy that I did paint it. Well, I found this, excuse me, coffee table that someone had painted gray. And it caught my eye because it was just exactly the right size and a nice, simple style. Oh, look at that, see? With scraps, this is going to be good. So, anyways, I looked at it and I went to lift it because I wanted to see how it was underneath, if there were any cracks or splits in the wood or anything. And here it's an oak coffee table. Well, I have an antique oak drop leaf table that is probably my favorite antique that I ever found. And so I thought if I got this coffee table, I could bring it home and when I strip it or take the gray paint off, maybe it'll be the same color as that drop leaf table that I had. Well, as I'm taking the gray paint off, that paint is in the grain of the wood quite a bit. And I'm going to have to get some paint stripper for it. That's going to be pretty. And then when I do that, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to restain it because I'm taking a lot of the color with it, the wood color. And it's looking very light, kind of washed out. So yesterday, that was my poor fingernails were full of gray paint from sanding. And then I was working, as I said, on my Christmas cards to send, and I'm, oh my goodness, I'm making my own background, so I'm doing an ink wash on the backs of those, and my fingers were horrible. I want it centered. No, I don't. I want it off center. So I just got the ink cleaned off of them when I started this table. They're going to be very happy when I take a break and I'm putting hand lotion on them all the time. I didn't want to put hand lotion on again this morning because that could leave greasy marks on my cardstock, and I didn't want to do that. All right, tape runner. Get this put onto the front of the card. What do you think? How's that for quick and easy with scraps. And it has, I don't know if you can see, it has a little bit of a metallic splatter in the background. So I don't know that I really, I was thinking maybe I should add some gold. Well, we can. Oh, here, let me just throw these up here while I'm pulling out the gold dots. Because coming in January is Celebration. Yeah, so you can earn free products with $50 or $100 purchases, and those champagne ones would be pretty on there, I think. I've started sharing some projects on my Monday morning Facebook Lives. Some of the excuse me, upcoming products that we'll have available. And they are pretty. Yeah, let's add a couple of those little champagne rhinestone basic jewels. Why not? Christmas, we can bling it up, right? Where'd you put them? Where'd you put them? Poor Sissy's sitting over here saying, please do not sing, Mom. Please don't. She has on her new winter jacket because it got cold. And everything is so traumatic to her. She, so yesterday was just horrible for this poor dog. I lost my stamp set. I just added. Because first I brought that coffee table home, and that doesn't belong. That was something new. And then I started sanding, so that was something awful too. And okay, I'm losing my mind. Where did my stamp set go? My goodness. The ink is here. My stamp is here. I was going to make my insert. Oh, good Lord. Sissy. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness I'm not really losing my mind all the way. Happy Christmas. Christmas blessings to you and yours. What are you doing, honey? Huh? So anyways, now she has on her new winter jacket. So she keeps scratching that because something new. And Sissy doesn't do well with change. Huh? What are you doing? Don't scratch my rug. Don't scratch my rug. I see you. And then hubby came home and said, oh, I heard Sissy barking. I had gone down to do laundry. And of course, is that very crooked? No. She always waits until I'm in the basement, and then she decides to bark, like someone's at the door or whatever. So I have to come running back upstairs. So I ran back upstairs, and there was no one there. So hubby came home from work, and he said, oh, I see another one of those little trees fell across the street. We have a lot across the street. And I'm thinking, oh, that's probably what she was barking at. So she was having a conniption about this poor tree that fell. And then, as if she hadn't been through enough yesterday, I'm going to line this up and see if my stamping is crooked. It's not really. It looks like it, but it's not. The carbon monoxide detector in the kitchen, the battery decided to go yesterday, so the the beeping started. And I thought this poor dog was going to have a heart attack last night. She had so much going on. And she feels the safest when she goes upstairs on her blankie. And I don't think she could get up there early enough last night. So when Daddy said it was time to go to bed, she was upstairs before he even made it to the doorway. I really like that. I do want to get this one with my little retro paper because I know I know where this is going to get sent to. This is not one of the ones for my ladies, which I'll have to keep going here because I need their cards too. That was the whole point of this today, was to make those cards. Set you up here out of the way. That's going to go on here. But I am going to use some of this cool ribbon. And this is Pear Pizzazz that I'm using. Let me see. What do we want to put on here? Save my little washi tape. How about a Noel? Is that going to fit on there? No, it's not. Oh, but I could cut another square and offset it. Doesn't have to be right in the middle, does it? No. This is creativity here. This is what we do when we're making it up. And you see, when I'm stamping this, I know it looks like I'm wasting the paper, that top section I can use the back side of. But because I'm die cutting, I really don't want to get too close to an edge, because I have to have room for my die squares. To fit around the words. Oh, and see, I could have done that, but I stamped it too far up. This one will work. No. Darn it. So I can keep it just straight there, I guess. But that's going to cut off part of the Noel, and I don't want to do that. Maybe I need to find a smaller greeting. I really thought Happy Holidays would have everything I needed today. I like the fonts on that. Oh, let's see. We are not short on stamp sets. Oh, these snowflakes. My goodness, I was cutting out snowflakes. Oh, let's use Merriest Moments. I think I had some smaller ones. I was cutting out snowflakes for the ladies. Oh, yes, Joy. Perfect. So the one card that they're going to make has 3 snowflakes on the front. And they're making 2 cards each. So they each need 6 snowflakes. And I like to have a little bit extra, you know, in case anybody drops one on the floor or tears one or something. So, you know, I try to always have enough for everybody. And I was cutting these out of glitter cardstock, which has a bit of a coating on the back of it. I'm sorry, I'm off screen. I just flipped that basic white cardstock over and stamped on the back there so I can use that paper. Yeah, so I was cutting those snowflakes last night out of the glitter paper. Oh my goodness. By the time I went to bed, my shoulder was begging me to stop. That glitter paper was so hard to cut. Oh, I am. I'm going to do this on the diagonal with the little one. That'll work. Woohoo. And I'm just going to cut this on my Big Shot here instead of pulling it back over, since I have all this stuff out in front of us now. So you right back over under the camera. Here's your paper. Well, after I pick it up off the floor anyway. Yep, I am completely out of room. That is one bad thing with scrap day. I have stuff everywhere. Okay. Isn't that cute? I love it already. I just like this paper. The back side of this paper has more traditional designs on it. Just a cute little gingham and stuff. So I was finding it difficult on how I wanted to use some of these little retro designs. That one other paper is like that too. I just didn't know how I wanted to use them on a card. Tie a little bow on this side. There's my joy. And put joy across there. Oh, perfect. Perfect. I love it. Okay. Yeah. So let's make a little bow. And then I can just tie that ends around that front square, that stitched square. And I'll just add this on the back with a glue dot. Make sure I have my designs going in the right direction, because these actually are a little directional, and I don't know. I think I like it better the same direction I did when I was first laying this paper out. I was thinking, oh, do I want it to go the right way, or do I want it to go the opposite way? These are leftover glue dots from some of my kits that I didn't use them all. So one thing about getting kits from Stampin' Up, there's always extra bits. So there's always leftover stuff to create with. I guess I needed that to be over a little further. Can she move it? Yes, she can. Can she do it straight a second time is the question. I squished that down with my finger when I was turning it around. There we go. All right, let's put Joy. I don't have this glued down yet because I'm trying to decide which part I want to pop up. I think I will. Oh, the decisions. I think I'm going to lay. Oh, no, I like this one better up. So adding my dimensionals, I am going to add them right over top of where I have my ribbon glued on the back, just to give it a little bit staying power. That centered on my card. And before I add the Joy, I think I'll put it on my card base because I don't know if I want to pop that up or not. I want to see how it looks all together here. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue on this. Don't ask me why, I don't know. It's just paper on paper, but forgot to varnish this down flat. There we go. Sounds sticky under there. I might just pop that up as well. So really I only have to put one on the top and one on the bottom because the ribbon is in the center of my greeting there. That cute. Again, we could add some little stones or something if you want to. I don't know that I do want to on that one. Oh, do I have time? I can get another one done here. Sure, why not? Let's do this one. So this paper, was this one that same? No, this was that different stuff. This was, oh, Be of Good Cheer. Yeah. And so I kind of wanted to, this is just an extra piece of cherry cobbler, so I had my reds organized. I sort of wanted to put the base and have a strip of this going across. Maybe tie it with some twine and then add an element here. Hadn't necessarily thought of that Christmas tree. I'm trying to think, you know, I have a whole bunch of stuff that was left over from paper pumpkin kits and stuff. And I put it all in a container, but what I really wanted to do, and what I'm trying to do is sort of copy a design that we used with the Hey Chick cards, where we had 2 different designer series paper. We stamped a chick on a circle and cut it out, and then trimmed that circle down so that it sort of fit behind our band on here. But I just don't know what I could stamp on there that I could trim like that. Well, first of all, this has to get trimmed down a little bit because I have that kind of wide. This is at 2 inches, so let's go to 1.5 inches and see if that looks better. And this is weird. I never had noticed before. This has the Stampin' Up stamp on the bottom of the designer series paper. I never saw that before. Excuse me again. Okay. I am going for it here. I don't know what I'm putting on it yet, but we're going for it. So this was at 4 1/4. Sorry, Stampin' Up guy, I'm going to cut your name off there. I'm going to save that one long piece because I can use that on the inside of my card for chance. This is too wide. That's going to cover up my entire and this is where, as I was telling you, this is Real Red, and the Real Red and Mary Merlot just don't do it together. So set you aside. We do have some gold twine or gold, oh, that might work. Great. Okay. We're getting there bit by bit. So let's get this on first. And I just picked 2 papers that went nice with each other. And they are out of the same packet, so you don't have to worry about colors coordinating. And for the most part, the designs would coordinate as well. I mean, it depends on what you want. Like, I don't know that I would want that back side of it. I have a little overhang. Let's tie a little bow around here. Can't tell where the long side is. just spread the little gold ribbon out a bit, and now if I stretch it, my paper should lie flat. Yes. And because we want to make sure that it doesn't curl back up, I'm going to use my tear tape. Adhesive on this. Since this is a little bit of a thicker braid than just a flat ribbon, this will help keep it secure. Pretty gray and dreary here today. Yesterday was very warm. It was actually nice enough. I had the patio doors open, getting some fresh air, enjoying that. Not quite sure where we're supposed to go with the weather here. Oh, I know what will be good on this one. I know. It's an older set. Well, actually not older. I think it's last year's. Sorry, folks. I know my time is up. So we did get this one off of there. We got 2 done. So if you leave me, my feelings aren't going to be hurt. I'll lay these 2 scrap cards here that are finished so that you can take a peek and get some ideas. If you want to hang with me, I'm going to finish up this card because I do have an idea. I think this would be fun with some presents. And let's use treated spruce. I don't want that one. I want that one might work. I don't know. Whoops. So I'm going to grab some markers here. And I don't think I have garden green, but I do have Call Me Clover. That's really close. What's this one? Cucumber Crush is an old one. That also is close. So, and then this one was, oh, this is garden green. I thought I did. I just couldn't see it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm using my markers to color in my packages. Because I'm going to do green, red, green. I can't really stamp them in a, I guess I could stamp them in a stamp pad if I was that coordinated. I'm not sure I am without making a mess. So I'm just going to color these with my markers. And these are just Stampin' Up's ink markers. These match the different colors of stamp pads that we use. And then before I stamp this, I'm just going to warm the ink back up with my breath to make sure it didn't dry on my stamp. And let's see what we get. I'm going to stamp it down kind of far on my paper because, well, where's the bow? Oh, we have to stamp those separate. Silly. Can you tell I haven't used this one? Okay. No worries. I can do that. Oh, I see, says the boy man. Look at this. It's another stamp that goes right on top. Isn't that just genius? Oh, the wonders if we use the supplies that we have, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think I'm going to just stamp this directly in cherry cobbler and make my bows red because I think my cherry cobbler is going to come out a little darker than it did from the markers. And I am doing this on Very Vanilla because that's the color that's in the background of the Designer Series paper. Now, can we line this up? Not too bad. Cute. And these do cut out. I don't know now if I want to do, I was going to cut a circle, but maybe I will just cut these out with coordinating die. Isn't that just cute? Boy, I think I actually got this too late to use last year. My cards were already done, which is why this kind of got set aside. That happens. Like I said, since I try to get my cards out a little earlier. Oh, not shift. Oh, cut them all separate. I like it. Oh, now I'm going to have to rethink some of my cards. No, I already have my design started. So, maybe, though, this would be better if they were on. How did I do those? When I did the Hey Chicks, I think I just cut a circle. That one. So use your scraps up. Don't let them sit there and wait for your next decision making day be, oh, I'm never going to use them. I'm just going to throw them away. Don't leave them sit there until they're not usable. No, use your scraps. Yeah. So I think then what I have to do, because when I did my chick one, I think I put this on first. No, I didn't. I cut it in half. So let's just cut this circle die, not even in half. We just need a flat edge. Yep. Am I getting way off camera here? Because I have those other cards in my way. Sorry. Oh, come here, Mr. Present. This is cute. Yes, it is. Color. Which one? I guess we'll have to do cherry cobbler because my card base is cherry cobbler. And this was the most wonderful time stamp set. If you happen to have that one or you were able to get that. And I want to stamp this at the top of my circle. How crooked is that? That looks pretty crooked, doesn't it? I'm just smoothing that down because sometimes when you die cut, it leaves a little bit of a ridge. Let's see if I can do this a little straighter. I'm pretty sure I can. Better, much better. All right. I'll put my middle present on here first. So I make sure that they are centered across that circle. Oh, my bow came untied. That's the problem with that gold cord. It does not stay tied. I'm going to tie it again and stick a glue dot under there. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. Come on. Let's not be silly here. These people want to be done with me. How did I get that upside down? Are you kidding? All right. Trim that off a little. And we'll stick a glue dot. Get that little puppy to stay. There! Scrappy cards! What do you think? So thanks. Thanks for sticking with me there while we got the, I got all my stuff together since I was completely unprepared. I will be back next Friday and we'll do another 15-minute card. Yeah, I know today was long, but we did do 3 cards. So just take some inspiration and use those scraps and get your Christmas cards in the mail so everyone can say Merry Christmas to each other again. See y'all next week. Thanks for being here. Bye.